Okay, we have a couple of people. Let's go. So, uh, what are we going to do today? Today, I'm going to keep working on Hybr. Hybr is a tool that helps you set up self-hosted services with ease. Basically, it's an automation tool that you can use on a brand new VPS. You can rent a machine on Vultr or anywhere else and run this simple command. You get the install script and run it. And what it will do is install the necessary dependencies, install this project, and using this project, generate a couple of service configurations. It will set up Nginx for reverse proxy. It will host the services in a container-based isolated environments. It will also set up SSL if you have a domain. And it also provides a web console, web platform where you can see real-time events, you can read logs, you can manage your services, etc. So let me just show you what it can do right now, and then we will move to building new features for it. So let's say I'm in a VPS, I can run Hybr. So I have a CLI. It has a couple of stuff. We have help, which is this message. We have init and version. Let's run the version command. It says 0.1, which is not correct, but I'm gonna reach to 0.1 very soon. So let's start with init. I'm gonna run this with sudo because if I run init without sudo, it says I need to have root privileges to run this command because I need to basically add like nginx config, and I need to have access to certain directories and files that require root privileges. So I'm gonna run this with sudo. Let's see what type of arguments it requires. First, I need to type my password correctly. Okay. So Hybr init, we can provide the domain and email if we want to skip that step. The domain and email will be used for certbot to generate SSL certificates. We can force defaults. We're gonna go over what it does. We have help and no SSL. Since this is my local machine and not a VPS, I'm gonna use no SSL and force defaults to just start from the beginning. So I'm gonna do force defaults and no SSL. Now we are going to start the configuration. So the first step is going to ask the user what kind of services you want to install. Right now it comes bundled with Tiny RSS and Nextcloud. You can navigate the services, choose the ones that you want. I have helpful shortcuts that are listed below. So I can select services. Let's say I want to install both Tiny RSS and Nextcloud. I choose them and hit enter. Now it's gonna ask some environment variables for each service. So it's now asking the configuration for the RSS service. I'm gonna accept the defaults by doing Control A. Then it asks for configuration for the Nextcloud service. I'm also gonna accept the defaults with Control A. Then it's gonna ask me to confirm that it's going to install two services. I hit enter and there is an error. It's because Nginx isn't running. It's okay. I think it's okay. Okay, let's try again. Accept defaults, install, invalid Nginx configuration. Okay, let's see what's the issue. RSS. Yeah, I think I know why. So I'm just gonna remove my Nginx configs. I'm just gonna remove everything here. I did some testing before, that's why it's failing. But okay, let's start again, accept all the defaults, hit install, and now there is another issue. Failed to reload nginx. Sudo nginx reload. Invalid pit number. Is nginx running? Okay, now I think we're gonna be good to go. So it's asking me to select services. I'm gonna select both Tiny RSS and Nextcloud. More services coming soon. I'm gonna accept the default for service configuration and confirm my installation. Now everything is done. I have different services running. It's going to create a directory in var, where was it? Lib Hybr. So in var lib Hybr, we have these files. We have services JSON, installations JSON, and services directory. If we look at the files in services JSON, we have service definitions. So as you saw before, it asked me to install Tiny RSS and Nextcloud. Here we have basically the template. Here it says that it's gonna accept two variables, port and admin user password. We're gonna see very soon how these variables are interpolated in the final template. And then we have our Nextcloud, same JSON file, same template, and it has different set of variables, some description, name, etc. And we can see here that each service has a set of templates. These templates are located in var lib Hybr services, then the name of the service, for example, RSS, then templates, and let's look at the Docker Compose. Okay, so this is a template file. It's a Docker Compose file that has some interpolated variables in it. Here you can see TTRSS DB user. This is actually not interpolated. It's going to use an environment variable that we are loading here. But if I scroll down to the HTTP port, let's find it here. Oh, again, it's using the env variable. So I think we can just go and look at the .env template. Now here you can see some Go template stuff. I'm asking for the port number, so if I provide the port, it's going to be put here. And we also have admin user password somewhere, and there's going to be password here. Admin user pass is going to be replaced here. Then this env variable is going to be loaded in the Docker Compose file. If you want to see the actual results, we can look at services RSS, not templates, but the actual file. So let's look at the .env file. Here we should see that the variables are here. See, we have 8280 for HTTP port. This is based on the options we selected in the CLI, and at the top we are going to have admin user password, which is password. Again, the same thing that we chose from the CLI. So based on these variables and templates, is going to build our services with Docker. And now I have services running. If I let me show you the web console. Fish, air, okay. Now I'm gonna navigate to 8080. And this is our web console. Doesn't have much yet. In the dashboard, I have some real-time events that track CPU, memory, and disk usage. These are server-sent events. The Go server is creating the different routines that track these metrics and then send me with service end events. Here in services, we can see the services that we have installed. We have RSS and Nextcloud. Clicking on a service goes to the service page. Again, we see a real-time data here about the service status is currently running. I can restart the service, I can stop the service, and I can also navigate to the service and see the deployment. See, I go to rss.localhost, which is automatically configured in our nginx config, and I can use this service already on my machine. I can go to the variables and see all the configuration that it's using right now. I can see that it's using the default password, which is password. I'm gonna enter this password to make sure everything is running, and we can see we have tiny RSS running on this machine. We also have logs. You can see real-time logs from these services. Is going to use Docker Compose logs because we are building these services with Docker Compose. Here are also the Docker components required for this service. We have a DB, the actual tiny RSS app, an updater, and nginx for proxy. And in the logs, we can see that it's labeled based on the Docker Compose component, the Docker Compose service it's using. So now I can just go here, or now go to preferences, do something, enable API, save. And if I go here, we can see all the logs here. I can clear the log. I can do a bunch of things. I can edit the service. So let's say password is too normie for us. We are going to go with password 123. It's safe. I have a notification system. Now we can see it's restarting, and when it's done restarting, it's going to change the value here. It's all real time, no need to refresh. See, it's already running. Everything is really smooth and nice. What's nicer is that I'm using HTMX, so no complicated JavaScript, no nothing. I'm gonna go over the code real soon. So now the service is updated, it's password 123. We can verify that if I go here and write password. Let me reveal it so you can see. Login, it says it's incorrect. But if I do with password 123, reveal, login, it works. So this, I think, is pretty much it. Also restart and stop, stuff like that. And yeah, this is what I have right now. Now I need to do more. So if I go to my to-dos, I have a bunch of stuff that I need to do. Improve. How do you write this? Improvements. Okay. I have to do some CLI improvements. So the stuff that I just saw with the web console is only available through web console. So I want to port that functionality to the CLI as well. I also have an idea of some useful flags such as verbose and accept all or accept defaults. I don't know yet. So that on the first run, if you don't care about anything, you can just do Hybr init default or whatever, and don't go over the config. Great work, thank you. And the project is open source. I am very close to my initial release v0.1. I wanna finish this stuff. So after the default, I wanna do sync. So what I want to do is currently the only way to use Hybr is to install it on your VPS or on your home lab or whatever. But I want to give the users the ability to use Hybr from their local machine, their laptop or their PC, not their server. Initiate some service configuration and be able to sync updates with the server. For example, you have the Hybr CLI locally. You can connect to a server and potentially in the future multiple servers for some distributed services. But I'm thinking you can have your configuration locally. For example, those services JSON. You can have that locally. You can add stuff to it. You can have your installations JSON, which is a file that let's look at it. Hybr installations JSON. This is basically generated after the init command is finished. You can have this thing locally. You may want to. Essentially, what my services do is update the registry, which with some updates like environment variable changes, name changes, whatever. And then I write this file as some sort of persistence for my registry. So I'm thinking you can have a version of this registry on your local machine and then sync changes with your server. So you can add a new service or change your password to your Nextcloud user account and then run Hybr sync. And then it will sync the updated changes from your local machine to your server. So that's the idea. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. But first I want to do this part. I want to expose the services from expose the services that are available to the web console to the CLI. So to do that, I'm using Cobra, so I have different commands. This is the init command. So I need to create a new command. I think I'm gonna call it services. So if you do Hybr CLI services, it should list the service and its status, I think. Right? So let's just do that. And then you can do like Hybr services. Name of the service is gonna give more information for the specific service that you requested. And if you add some additional commands, you can update something or, I don't know, stop it, read the logs, etc. So to do that, first I'm going to create a new command, call it services.go. Oops, package command. I'm going to copy whatever's here. Services command is going to be a child of the root command. So services command, use services, show service info, services info, long, show installed services with their status. Okay. So now I need to list my services. To do that, I have an internal services package where we have registry. But to replicate whatever I'm doing in the server, I'm gonna go to the server and let's go to the layout, because in layout in navigation I show the list of services, so I think I have it there. Installed services, so I can just get the installed services, which is a slice of strings. So it's gonna be the names of the services, right? But I can get the registry, installed services. I think I can change that. This is a pretty old function before I even had the registry. What kind of functions we have here? I can get the registry, then update list installations. It's gonna give me a slice of Services. Okay, this is what I need. But instead of service impl, where is this used? Nowhere. So it's nice. I had an interface for services. I think it's in service interface Hybr service. Okay. So this is gonna return Hybr service as Hybr service. Why can't you use it? Services, Hybr service. Okay. Now I can go to the services command to run. Okay, let's just do it here for now. Registry is services get registry, then list installations. So I'm gonna call it installed services. Hybr service. Okay, now I need to show. Okay, I'm gonna do something like this. Lines is gonna be a slice of string. Then for installed service in range, installed services, lines. Actually, I'm gonna do len, len installed services. Okay, no need for capacity here, and do this instead. Lines I is going to be okay, sprint f. What do we need here? The name of the service. Let's do it like this. Is get name. Then tab. Now I need to get the status. Let's write a function. Let's write a function. Okay, let's first of all move this into a function. So I'm gonna copy this func. I'm gonna call it list services. Like this, remove everything here, put it here, remove this, list services. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Get name. Now we need the function to display status icon. And I need to receive a status, which is going to be a string, and I'm gonna return a string. Active status is going to be, let's find an, oops, what did it do? Check mark. Okay, check mark if status isn't running. Status icon. Status icon is going to be stop sign. Okay. Return status icon s and another s here. So it's going to be name, the icon, display status icon, is get status, and the status get status. Right. List services. Okay, let's go. Hybr CLI. We have now a new command services. I'm gonna write services. Ooh. Registering event source. I don't need to register event source here. Okay, I'm gonna update it. Right, now I need to, do I need to return or I just, what do I do? Print, yeah, I'm just gonna print f lines, strings, join lines, right, with new line. Okay, let's go. Okay, then a new line, but they are not aligned. How do I even make this aligned? I have no idea. Okay. Okay, I'll think about it. But first of all, I have this thing in, I think, events. So I have a bunch of events for the internal service package, and I had this register event sources, which basically registers all the necessary event sources for events, the stuff that you already saw, like the real-time status of a component. Where is it? Like this status, it's a different event, a different event source. If I look at the network, let's reload this. See, I'm having two requests for SSE events. We have status and notifications. Notification is some sort of global service end event. What's the plan for the stream? So the plan for the stream is to-dos. I'm gonna do this at least. So I'm going to bring all the actions that are possible through the web console to the CLI, so you can list the services, you can read the logs, you can get service info, and you can edit service variables. This is the stuff that I'm going to do. Maybe I'm gonna do this one too, and I'm not sure about sync. I think this is a big problem that I need to think about, but let's see. So these two for this stream. So right, and to achieve that real-time stuff, I'm registering a event source for each service. So if I go to the events file, I have subscription manager. It's a basic orchestration service that uses the event emitter pattern. And I'm registering services, but this function is being called when I'm calling get registry. It is also called on add installation, but I don't want to call it from the get registry. Instead, I actually really need it for I'm actually gonna create a new function on the registry. Func r installation registry register event sources. I already have this. Run instead of register events, service events. So register service events. Now in different applications, in CLI and the server. But before I do that, I'm gonna remove the log. Yeah, let's remove this. Return nil here. Oh no. Oh, it's okay. This is okay. Now, okay. In server, in main, I do all of this. init home router, and before this I need to get registry. So services get registry, register service events. Right. I think this is going to work. Air. Let's see. Yeah, it shows I have listeners, which means it's working. I can read the logs. Let's test. RSS, localhost, I did some things. Refresh, no. Preferences, enable API, save. Oh, it's Nextcloud. Jesus. So RSS, reload. Okay, I get the logs. So I think the services are working. So let's move to the CLI. So we did that for the server. We are going to do that for the CLI as well. So in main, I'm going to, actually, I only need these services in services command, right? So list services, get registry, register service events. Okay, now we're good. But how can I do this alignment part? I'm gonna ask the AI. Let's go. T3 chat. Let's copy the code. How much do I need? I need these. I have this code. Ta, ta, ta. The is get name can return a string of a variable length, which results in a final log similar to this. Let's give it the log. How can I align the status? How can I align the statuses? Let's see. Get the max name length. Oh, I don't want to do that. String repeat padding. Nope. Yeah, not doing that. Okay. Can I do it in an easier way? Okay, let's just give it a try and see. So we are going to get the maximum length of the service names. Then getting the padding. Okay, and just adding spaces based on the padding. Let's see how it does. Okay, it looks better. I don't like that we are looping twice though. Guess we have no other choice. All right, let's remove this part. I also want to print the help message after this for services. I think I did that for root, so I can do command help. If I go to services, I do this. Okay, whatever, and command help, right? Let's try it now. Okay, I can just do a bunch of new lines. Okay, 2 new lines here. Lines. Okay, new line here as well, maybe. No, I don't like it. Oops. So services, we have Nextcloud, which is running, RSS, which is running. Let's see what happens if I stop the service. So I go to the web portal, Nextcloud, stop, stopping the service. Nextcloud is stopped. Now if I run services, nice, it says Nextcloud is stopped, which is amazing. All right. Now I need to show individual services like in service info. I wonder how I can do that. I don't wanna do it like services, then let's say RSS, then stop, or RSS info, restart, or logs, or whatever. I want to be able, let's say I wanted to do with arguments. So you do s or service, RSS, then logs. But I want this argument to be required only if you specify a command, right? Oh, I can do that. I can do that by propagating the argument down to the, what was it called? The child command. Let's look at Cobra dogs because I remember seeing something like that. Concepts, commands, working with flags, verbose, local flags, or root command, string var p, Cobra command, traverse. Oh, this is what I'm looking for, I think. Cobra only parses local flags on the target command, and any local flags on parent command are ignored. By enabling traverse children, Cobra will parse local flags on each command before executing. Okay, so I think I need to go to services command and what was it called? Traverse, where is it? Command, traverse children. True. Okay. So if I register a, oops, if I register a flag, Services command flag string var. What was it called? Flags string var p. Var. How did I do it for init? So I have a type, then I have a okay. Var service command flags. It's a struct. For now I have service, right? Service. Does it need to be global? Not really. Yeah, I don't think so. It's a string. So I'm gonna pass. Oh, I also need. Oh, it's not var, it's type. Now I need var service. Let's do like this service command flags, which is a service command flag. Now I'm gonna pass service command flags service. What else do you need? Name and shorthand. So it's gonna be service. Shorthand is going to be s. Value. Let's look at other examples here. Let's copy this. Also default value. Default value is okay. Let's do it like this. Service as default value and the usage name of the service, right? Cannot. Why? Oops. Okay. Okay. Now here I can just let's print the service. So if you ask for a specific service, we get installations. Okay. Let's just print something here. Print line service is service command flags service is undefined, right? So we do need to make it exported. Oops. What was the name? Oh, Jesus. Flags. Okay, so you don't need to be exported. Flag service. Okay. Services. Services nothing. S RSS. Services RSS. Service RSS. Services RSS. So now I need to do a couple of things. If service command flags service is empty, list all of that. So list all services. It's gonna return a string, so I need to get all of this, put it here, return a string. Oh, it needs a registry. But I can just get the registry, right? I can get the registry because it's gonna do the calculation only once. So I can just do this here, and I'm gonna return printf this, and if it is nothing, result is a string, then result is list all services, fmt printf result, right? New line, I don't need this. Instead, I'm gonna do it here. Then help, okay. Now if I do this, nothing prints. If I don't provide the service, flag needs an argument. Okay, if I don't provide the service, it's gonna print all the services. Okay. Else, result is list single service, services, sorry, service command flags, service, right? Now we need func list single service, service name, it's a string. Registry is services get registry. Installation the error, I think. Registry get installation, what does it return? Hybr service and bool, so exists, okay. Get installation, name is service name, if it's gonna return a string, if there is no service with the given name, return fmt printf no service no service installed with the given name s, which is service name, whatever. Can I just do this? I think I can. No service installed with the given name. Run Hybr services. To see the list of services, run Hybr services. Right? Now, if the installation exists, I'm just gonna use this line here. Return fmt printf name is installation get name, installation get status, installation get status, right? I'm just gonna do this. Should work. Let's see. Services gives me the list of services. And if I pass as RSS, it shows only RSS, which is running. Can I just print usage? Yes. Let's do that. Usage Hybr services. Okay. Now as RSS only gives me RSS. If I type something that doesn't exist, no service installed with the given name. To see the list of services, run. Now I need to remove. I need to do it like this. Let's see. Run Hybr services. Okay. Okay. Nice. Now we need I need, let's say I just want to show the components. It's gonna be a child of services command, right? Okay, I'm gonna so one clock, not clock. Jesus. Help. What are the arguments? So on GitHub Zodding. I want to use Zodding's timer. I don't remember the flags. Usage. Ascending mode, descending mode, clock mode, descending mode. Okay, let's go. So on descending mode, how many seconds? Let's say, or no, 10 minutes. Nope. What's the issue? Something is wrong. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Can I do timer with TTI clock? Hmm. Okay, whatever. Let's show this. I'm gonna take a quick break and I'll be back soon. Okay, let's continue. Close this. Just a sec. Right, I'm gonna add a command. I think I missed something because it says a flag can be persistent, meaning that this flag will be available to the command, as well as every command under the command. So I don't need the traverse children part because I'm just gonna add a persistent flag. The P here says that, so I'm gonna remove that and add a new command. Let's say services info. Let's say info. How do I do that? Okay. I'm just gonna call it services info. Services info. Let's copy everything. Just here. Put it here. Instead of root command, I'm gonna do service command. Add command. Call it service info. Services info command. Call this services info command. Use this info. Short. Show service information. No need for this. Long shows. Service. What does it show? Service. Configuration. Oh no, I'll figure it out later. Let's create a new function. Show service info. Right, copy everything here. And instead of this, we are going to do this. All right. So at the end, I'm gonna show the usage and I think I can just access the service name here, right? Name is service command flags service. Print line service is name, right? And show the usage. Okay. Go run services. So I can do info. But I want it to be required. How can I do that? If I do service command, let's say flags string var p. Yeah, let's just copy the flag from here, right? I'm gonna service info service. What do I call it? Just store the same place. I don't care. Minimum arguments. Okay, let's figure it out later. Info. Now I need minimum required flags. Mark flag required. Okay. Let's mark it as required. Service info command. Mark flag required. Flag name is service. Error. Okay. S RSS. It says services RSS. Okay. What if I do the S here? Nice. Nice. All right. If I don't do it and ask for info, it says service name is required. Okay, let's go. We get the service name. We have usage. We need the registry. Services get registry. I don't need this. Installed service exists. Is services get installation. Get installed services. No, get installation. Jesus. Service command flags service, right? If not exists. What did I do? Let's close everything before this. Open this. If okay, whatever we have here. Oops. Too many returns. Yes, I need to just print not service name. Service name should be this, right? Now we need to show some information. It's gonna be pretty simple. Let's just see what I show on the web console. View, components, info, right? Info. Yeah, whatever. Service. Info. So name, status. Let's just copy whatever I have here. Put it here. Let's comment it out. Oops. Now I just need to build a string. Last install date. Here I already know the longest one is the last start date. So I'm gonna go here. Max name length. I have max name length. Lines. Let's copy whatever I have here. Put it here. Now range is gonna be okay. Fields. I'm just gonna have fields. Do I really? I don't really need it. I don't really need it. I want to do it. Okay, I guess I need it. Max name length. Yeah, it's gonna be fields. Length. Let's just not complicate things. What's the issue? Oops, okay. So lines, it's gonna be length of fields. Fields. Range fields. Padding. IS. So instead of IS, len get name. Okay. Now I need to get the current. Let me think about it. Padding. So I need to get padding, and it's gonna be length of, let's call it field. It's gonna be length of field, right? Strings. Repeat. Instead of printf, we do printf plus some new lines, right? What is is? Now I need to what's a not dirty way to do it? Oh, I can, instead of slice of strings, I can just do a map of string and is get name, right? Is get status, is get global URL. How do I do that? Localhost get port, okay. Is get port, then for install date, do this, and here. Now instead of install date, last start time. All right, import time. Okay, we have our fields. Now I have key and value, right? String, okay. Length of key, ISS value, string, repeat, lines E. You are becoming 0 lines equals append lines with this. Okay. Now just a sec. All right, now I need to show the status only if the key is status, right? Default. Let's say result is whatever I have here, printf. If result if key is status, then let's just copy this, say result is this, and now change it here, remove everything here. Oops. Right? Result. Okay. I think this should work. Okay, provide the service, RSS. Ooh, not value, but key. Why is value not used? Yeah, here it should be value, value, value. Okay, nice. So we have the name, status, global URL, local URL, install date, last start date. Okay. What if I provide the wrong name? Fucky wucky. And return. Right. And the new line. I can just do this. Nope. Just Jesus Christ. Okay. No service installed with the given name, RSS, whatever. To see the list of services, run Hybr services. Okay, boss. Hybr services. We have Nextcloud and RSS. Nextcloud is stopped. RSS is running. Available commands, info. Okay, let's see the info. Says required flag service. Let's give the required flag next cloud. Name next cloud, status stopped. Too much spacing though. Where is it? SS. Is this just one space? Oh, the rendering is a bit challenged. Yeah, I like this better. I wonder how it look for other terminals though. Yes, we'll find out. Okay, stopped running. Info. Nextcloud. And if I don't provide the info services, lists all the services. If I give a service, it gives info about a single service. Nice. Nice. Okay, now let's do components. Services components.go. Copy all of this here. Show service info, show service components. Go look. Show service components. Service info command. No. Services components command. Change this. Change. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Same flags here. Show service components. Show service. Shows Docker components the service is composed of. All right. If there is no service, do the same thing here. I should probably make a utility for it. Func. Let's say get service. I have like a billion get service, but it's private. Yeah, I guess it's all right. It returns Returns Hybr service. So service is Hybr service and an error, right? We get a service name. Let's delete here. Registry is services get registry. Service name, if not printf, let's return nil and error, right? All right. So return nil fmt error f, return is nil. Okay. Here I'm gonna do is error is get service command flag service. If error not equal to nil, fmt print line, nope, line, whatever, fmt print line error. Huh? I don't even need to do this, I think. Let's see if it works. Where is it? Which file? Components. Yeah, let's also do it here. Get rid of all of these. It's not used. Services. If not here, okay. Oops. Copy it again for. Right, and installation is becoming is. Okay. I'm just gonna return error here. I hope it's going to be fine. Services gives me services as something. No service installed with a given name, right? Services info nextcloud is okay. Something else is not okay. Okay, we are good. We are good. Unused parameter. Service name. Service components. Now we need to show the Docker components. Let's again look at the UI. See how I did it. Components. Docker components. Get components. Okay. So I get the components. Now I need to show a table. Name, version, status. So it's going to be name, version, status. Name, version, status. Okay. Components. So we have a slice of Docker components. What does component have? Name, status, version. Okay. Let's consult a 10x engineer. Now I want to show a table with the fields with the header name, version, status. I have a slice of components. Each component has dot name, dot version, and dot status. How to render how to get the table as a string. Okay, we get the maximum. Oh, okay. Then header. Tokos. Interesting. Interesting. So it's gonna this is gonna add the paddings for me. Separator +6 for spaces. +6, so 2 space for each, I assume. Yeah. 1, 2, and the status for data rows. Okay. Let's give it a try. For header components, ISK components, name, version, status, display status icon. I'm also gonna move it to utils. Then we just need to return header separator data rows. Let's see. Services, time imported, not used. Yeah, okay. Info, I still call it info. Components. Okay. Services, components, flag is required, SRSS. Okay. Yeah, I guess this is decent enough. I'm gonna just add the separator, sort of border top for the red header. So we have name, version, and I'm not gonna show the usages, only if there is an error. Right, command usages. No, not even here. So components, yeah, let's just remove the display status icon. Display status icon. I don't need the extra spacing here. Nice. Okay. Something that doesn't exist. It's good. Next, cloud. Stopped. Okay, amazing. And instead of components, if I do info, I get next cloud info. Name status, why is it? Yeah, I need to fix that. So this is gonna be random because it's a map. Instead, I'm gonna do keys, string, and values. String, right? Let's do something like this. Keys. Then I'm gonna find the last one. Paste it. Oops. Paste. Copy. Like this. Then I'm gonna find this, comma, go word, copy everything, search for values, go to the end, find the matching one, insert new line above, paste, then find fields, go down, remove, and exit. Let's see if it works. Let's go. So 3, oops. Oh, it only failed for the local. Yeah, whatever. I will fix it. Jesus. No, I'm not gonna use my wheel. I stashed it somewhere. I don't use it anymore. All right, now I have keys and values. E and key. Value is values I. Okay. Now the order is preserved. Okay. What did I want to do? Components is fine. Right, now I need service stop, restart, and variable added. Variable added. Okay, let's do start and restart. Again, let's just copy the same file. Services start. Yeah, so if it is stopped, it's gonna start. If not, okay, I'll figure it out. Services start. Same command, so services start command. Oops. Starts the service if it is running. Let's actually do it like this. If it's running, if it is not running, restarts the service otherwise. Okay. Start service. I'm gonna get rid of most of this. Call it start service. Start service. First of all, I need to get the status. If, let's remove this, if installed service get status is running, trigger restart, else trigger start. How do I do that in the web console? Services restart, handle service restart. I just call services restart. I get the name, it sends a notification to the global notification channel. Init service action. So it marks it as restarting. If something happens, it throws an error, shows a notification, restarts the service. Okay. I think I can just use it. Oh, I can't catch errors though, but it's fine for now. Service start, trigger restart. So I'm just gonna call services restart service, right? No, just restart. Restart. Service name. Ah, yes, get name. Now for start, do I have start service? Start service, no. Let's see what restart does. Restart service. Restart service. Docker compose up. So down. It calls. Oh, stop service. So I just need to Yeah, oops. I think I just need to have this start service func, start service. Service dir, service name. Okay. And if error equals start service name, error not equals nil, return error, remove this, service dir is not needed anymore. Okay, now I have start service. So I can, I think, go here and call start. What it needs to do is func start service name string send notification init service, right? Basically, instead of restarting, you should say starting. Initial status is starting. Then start service. What else do I have here? Running, registry save, service restarted. Status running as service started. Oops, okay. Oh, service started. Right. So if I go services start, here I should do services start get name. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's try. Uh, Services info as next cloud. Next cloud is stopped. Info. Where's services info? Usage. Not gonna show usages. I show it only here when you do list services, which is fine. Info start the service, show service component, show service information, start the service. Okay, so services start, I should give a service. So next cloud is stopped. Start as next cloud. Okay. Why didn't I see the logs? It didn't even do anything. Right, it still stopped. Okay. Let's see what's up. Why doesn't it work? Service start, starting services, start, service name, send info notification. Do I have listeners? Yes. No, I don't get it. Okay, so I also need root access for services start. Init. Where is it? Command CLI init. Check root permissions. So services start, run. Check root are required for initiating a Hybr project. Just gonna do this. Do Hybr init. Why though? If e is not 0. Like this. Okay. Now if I do it with sudo, oops, Nextcloud is started. Right, now if I do start, let's remove the logs first of all. Right. Okay. So if I start now, it should be restarting. Okay, run with sudo. Restarting, stopping, started. Okay. Now if I do services, info, Nextcloud, it is running. Great. Now let's do stop services, stop.go. Oof, services, stop command, stop, stop, stop. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Services stop command. Services command, services start command, yeah. Okay. If status is not stopped, stop the service. Else, fmt print line, printf, service as is already stopped. Okay, info next cloud is running, services stop as next cloud. I need to run it with sudo stopping. Info. It says it's stopped. Now if I run stop again, service next cloud is already stopped. Let's add a new line. Okay. Let's start it again. It started. Check the info. Okay. I wonder why I can't see the changes in the UI. Right? Because let's go to events. Service status monitor. Service status monitor start. Get registry. Get registry after 1 second. Let's print it. fmt print line. Service status is service m.service name. Right. Status is running. Okay, it shows status is running, which is correct. Now, if I run stop, why is status still running? Return installation registry. Return installation registry. I'm updating it here. Then I'm calling installation registry save. Right. What's the issue here? If I stop the service, I see the result immediately. If I start it, it's running. Why though? What's the difference? Info is running if I stop. Hmm. Oh, it also doesn't send notifications. That's weird. So orchestration, send warning notification. Send warning notification. Orchestration. Manager. Don't need to subscribe to anything, but I need you to be initiated, right? Um, just for testing, I'm gonna try something. Only need, no, services. Okay, let's just send a simple notification CLI started. Uh, Yeah, I know why. Because the CLI is a different application. So it gets its own set of the, it gets a different subscription manager. That's why it's not shared between the server and the CLI, which I don't really care about. Don't really care about. I guess to I have to think about it though, if do I really need it or not. If I want to show, so what's the issue, right? I have this web console. I can stop, start, restart, whatever, and it immediately shows the statuses. It shows for the service, it shows for the component. But if you are using the CLI and um, perform an action through the CLI, I won't see the update immediately. I have to reload, right? And that's because the server, the web console, it's a separate Go project, mm, and the CLI is another different Go project, but they share some packages. However, these packages get initiated in different Go projects, so there is no shared like event orchestration mechanism for that. I guess what I can do is instead of, so I'm um, currently I am looking at the installation registry, which is in memory, but it is eventually consistent because I am writing a file, a JSON file, which I then parse on reload or whatever. So I can still get the latest result if I just refresh the page or rerun the CLI like info command, but I won't see it real time. What I can do is instead of listening to changes on the registry, in-memory registry, I can read the file, but I don't really want to do that. I don't want to read the file, parse it into a type just to get some string out of it and do it like every second. So I'm gonna leave it like this for now. Uh, I will think about whether it's really needed or not, but to be honest, I don't really think it's that useful because the end user is a single person, right? This is not some web application that is gonna have multiple users. This is basically a dashboard, the admin panel of your VPS, of your home lab. So if you're a person, you either use the CLI or use the web console. I don't see it being necessary to see the status changes real time on the web console when you're running something through the CLI, right? Big if. What was the if? I don't know. So I don't like the solution. I would like a notification of some sort of ping though, or some sort of ping. Um, on the UI, you mean? So if the mail service go down, I know. Okay. Okay, yeah, yeah. That's different. I was thinking about it. I might use a notification service, but what I'm thinking about right now is showing changes made by the CLI immediately on the web console. But what you're saying is if something goes wrong with the system in general, regardless if you ran a command or your service is down for some reason. If you want to be notified about that, that's a different story. I don't need to synchronize two different Go applications. I can just come up with the notification system, and regardless which of the Go project is responsible for the change, you will get notified. Does it make sense? Okay, let's go. Now we need to read the logs. Mm, to read the logs, I just need to. So two options. So I have two options to read the logs. The good option and the uh, slightly worse option. The worse option is I start a command with the Go process. Go to the service directory, run Docker compose logs, start listening, create a pipe every message to it, then through a channel communicate it back to the CLI program, and when I receive a line of log, I write to standard out. Now I think I should be able to just run the command without any of channels and stuff because it's CLI app, right? And now all I'm doing is running Docker compose logs in the service directory. So I can just run the command and let the user see the logs, right? What could possibly go wrong? Let's go. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I need root permission for this. So I think logs, where is it? Events, log monitor, start. Standard out pipe. Standard out pipe. Command start. So this is different. I need pipe command. Where was it? Nginx utils. Pipe command to standard out. I give it a command. I give it a label. I think I already wrote what I need right now. Pipe command to standard out. Now the command is gonna be events. This is the command. Start. Get working directory. I need to rename this to something. Get Hybr directory and export it. Right. I need to copy this here. Command is what? What's your issue? Command is exec command. What's the issue? Undefined, okay. Right? Undefined M, service name. So service name is, yes. What do you mean? Yes, get name, get Hybr directories from services, and I'm gonna import file path. Cannot use exec command. Ooh. I'm not gonna use it, so whatever. Now I get the command and I do pipe command nginx pipe command to standard out command label is service name, no, get name. All right, let's go. Yeah, go run services logs as next cloud undefined get working directory. What? Oh, I didn't save a bunch of stuff. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Okay, let's go read RSS logs. We are reading the logs. I'm gonna do something with the RSS to see some logs here. Where was it? RSS.localhost. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. I think this is decent enough. And I can just stop. Right. Go run Hybr services. Nextcloud running, RSS running. Usage, Hybr services, flags and commands, available commands, components, info, logs, start and stop. Services, components, help. What are components? Show Docker components the service is composed of. I should give it a flag as RSS. Yeah. Oh, I need to remove the. Okay. Let's check for non-existent. It's nice. Next cloud. Running. Info without anything, right? Info of RSS, name RSS, status running. RSS localhost. Okay. What else? Stop. Nextcloud. You need to run it as sudo. Stopping. Remove the sudo info. Nextcloud stopped. What happens if I try to read the logs of a stop service? Nothing. But to give the users feedback, I am going to go services logs, if get status not equals running, right? fmt print line printf service as get name is not running. Check the service status with, now here I can just do, oh no, I still need printf, with and tab Hybr services as info. Service Nextcloud is not running. Check the service service status with Hybr services Nextcloud info and new line. Okay, so let's do what the bossman here says. Nextcloud info stopped. Okay, so it means I can start, right? So sudo Nextcloud start. Let's go. Now if I check the status, it's running and it means I can read the logs. Let's go. Also, let's return here. Okay. I think this is decent. So what did we do today? Services list services. I did list services, info log start stop, info logs, no, info and components together, then start stop logs, and I didn't do variable edit. I know how to do it, I don't want to. I wonder if I can just open the file. I can just open the service configuration file in the user's editor, and then when they write the file, I restart the service. That's why AI has replaced you. Why? Your comments are delayed, so I don't know what you're referring to. What do you mean exactly? How to do variable edit? I can just start. I already have something like that. If I go to the CLI variable input, I have a terminal app for this. And the one that I'm thinking is gonna be much more straightforward than whatever I have here. I'm just gonna use the view part. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Okay, but not today. Not today. Let's commit. What did I do? to do. So services, actions. I added start action and just some renaming. What? Let's say service add start action. Orchestration manager. I'm just gonna amend that. Registry, register service events. Yes. Yeah, I need that. Yeah, register service events. Okay. So for CLI, I created the services command. CLI add Hybr services command. And I added a bunch of other shit. CLI add Hybr services, and a bunch of shit are info, components, start, stop, logs. Update to do. Pushing to master. Let's go. This is it. I think it's pretty decent. Hybr. Go run Hybr. Let's just build it. Bin. Oh no. Releases Hybr. Releases Hybr. Hybr command. Hybr services. Services as RSS. RSS is running. RSS logs. I get logs, get info, get components. Nice. Stop. I need to run it with sudo. Let's go. I'm waiting. Okay, it stopped. Info, it is stopped. Now I can start it, and it is running. Components. All right. Logs. Okay. This is enough for today. Check out Hybr at rational/Hybr on GitHub. I'm gonna update a bunch of stuff. On the next stream, I'm gonna do the variable edit. And after that's done, I'm gonna figure out a way on writing documentation, how to running some troubleshooting, basic stuff like that. I'm gonna make the GitHub repository README more appealing. Then I'm gonna try to launch it, to launch the version 0.1, post it on Reddit, send some friends, see what they think about, and after I get proper feedback, I will then move on to adding more stuff and fixing stuff. So that's it for today's stream. See you next time. Go star Hybr. Hybr.dev. Bye.